Hello students of class 9. Welcome back once again to Indrani ma'am's biology class. Hope you all are fit and fine in your home and carrying on with your studies properly. So in our last class we have learned till the difference between the cartilage and the bone. Today we will start from the next portion and I think we will complete this chapter today. So let us start from the fluid connective tissue, that is the vascular tissue. Now this vascular tissue, this is a special kind of connective tissue, which differs from a typical connective tissue in different aspects. Now what are the different differences which makes the special connective tissue different from any type of typical connective tissue? First, the matrix. How is the matrix? The matrix is in the form of fluid and fiber free, and the matrix is not secreted by the cells, and the cells lack the power of division. The vascular tissue, what it does, it circulates in the body and help in the transportation of materials from one part of the body to the other part, and it also plays a very important role in the defense mechanism of the body. So two types of vascular tissues you can find. One is the blood, another is the lymph. Understood? First is the blood and second is the lymph. I think you know these terms. What is blood? How you will define blood? Blood is a fluid connective tissue. It is a little bit salty in taste and it is alkaline. It forms about 7 to 8% of the body weight, and it consists of two components. One is the plasma, another is the blood cells, or we can say as the blood corpuscles. Now how is the plasma? The plasma is a straw colored fluid and it makes up about nearly 60% of the total volume of blood. It is a complex fluid and it includes all the inorganic salts and the organic compounds. The organic substances of the plasma, what these are? These are soluble, like protein like albumin, and fibrogen, which is helping in the clotting of the blood, and glucose, amino acid, lipid, vitamins, enzymes, hormones. These all are present in the blood plasma. Supply of the blood to all parts of the body and collection of the waste materials from the body like urea and the uric acid, these are transported to kidneys for the purpose of excretion. Now what are the blood cells? The blood cells are of three types. One is RBC or the red blood cell, second is the white blood cell or the WBC, and third is the platelets. Now red blood cells, basically it's a unique feature of RBC. What is that? It's the presence of red oxygen carrying pigment. Okay, the hemoglobin where it is in the cytoplasm. The shape and size of this RBC is different in different animals. The cells may be uninucleated or it may be non-nucleated. In almost all the vertebrates except mammals, the RBCs are nucleated, oval and biconvex. In mammal, these are non-nucleated. Okay, or it is biconcave and circular. Actually, the nucleus, it is present where? In the RBC of the mammals initially. But when these cells are finally differentiated and it gets matured, the nucleus, mitochondria and the endoplasmic reticulum, these are degenerated, and these cells are accumulating more hemoglobin for the transportation of oxygen within the body. Now we will know about WBC. How the WBCs look like? They are colorless, they don't have any color. They are nucleated, motile. Motile means amoeboid cells are present. Their size is much larger than the RBCs, but the number of WBC is less than the number of RBC. All the leukocytes are capable of amoeboid movement. Two kind of movement are exhibited. One is the two main kind of WBC we can say first. I will tell you the movement later on. Phagocytes and immunocytes. Phagocytes, what are they? They are performing process of phagocytosis. Okay, and phagocytosis, what is happening? Why this phagocytosis is taking place? That is done to carry out the function of body defense. How? They are engulfing the bacteria and other foreign substances which are entering into the body by means of bloodstream. Understood? So in this way, the WBCs basically are helping in the immune system of the body. They are giving or they are providing us immunity. Three types of WBC you can find. One is the granulocyte, second is the agranulocyte, and third is the immunocytes. What are the granulocytes? From this term you can understand that they have granules, cytoplasmic granules are present, and these are irregular shaped. They have specific staining properties. Example, what are the granulocytes present in WBC? Like eosinophil, basophil, neutrophils, these are all. Agranulocytes, agranular means non-granular, they don't have granules, they are roughly round or they are indented nucleus and they have clear cytoplasm. The monocytes are included under this agranulocyte. Basically what they do, these agranulocytes, they migrate to the body tissues and they get transformed into macrophages and histocytes. Okay, this is also helping in the defense of the body. And immunocyte, they are producing antibodies and these are involved in the immune response. These are including the lymphocyte and they are containing the central spherical nucleus, very little cytoplasm, there are no granules and they are producing antibodies. I think you have been acquainted with this term now, antibody test for COVID-19. Antibody test. What is it, antibody test? By means of this antibody test, it can be easily understood whether that person has been affected or infected by this COVID-19 coronavirus or not. So, if the antibody is present within the bloodstream of that person, means that person, maybe he or she did not have any symptoms, but that virus has already entered the body and these body WBCs, the WBCs which are present in the bloodstream, they have already produced the antibody against that coronavirus. Okay, third, the type of blood cell is the blood platelets, or we can say as the thrombocytes. What are these thrombocytes? These are very small, contractile, it can be round, it can be oval, it can be biconvex, disc-like structure, and they have granules, but nucleus is not present in the blood platelets or thrombocytes. Okay, the platelets, what are these? They are fragments which they are forming buds and they are pinching off from certain large cells. Large cell means the megakaryocytes which is present in the bone marrow. And what is the function of these blood platelets? These blood platelets are helping in the clotting of blood in the site of injury. Suppose you have got a cut mark and blood is oozing out from that cut mark. What is happening? After a few minutes you will find that it has been trapped out. The blood is not flowing anymore. Why this is happening? This is happening due to the presence of blood platelets or thrombocytes in the blood, which is helping in the clotting of the blood. Okay, so further prevent of loss of blood is stopped. Okay, this is a natural phenomena which is exhibited by these blood platelets. Now, where are these blood cells occurring, or where this is found? This is found in the blood vessel, which is known as arteries or the veins or the capillaries, and these are connected together to form the circulatory system. Okay, the high branching network of the blood is helping as such, so that it can easily be transmitted to all parts of the body, and that portions where the arteries or the veins can't reach, that action is performed by the blood capillaries. What are these blood capillaries doing? They are supplying the oxygenated blood and carrying out the deoxygenated blood from those tissues or organs by means of blood capillaries. These are very minute thin vein type or artery type of structures where the normal arteries and the veins can't reach. Understood? Now, what is the function of these The blood cells, they are transporting oxygen from respiratory organs to various body tissues, and it is carrying the carbon dioxide from the body tissues to the respiratory surface like lungs, skin. The digested food which is absorbed from the intestine, that is carried to different parts of the body, and it is also carrying the excretory waste from the body kidneys for the purpose of eliminating outside. Okay, and apart from that, it is also maintaining the body temperature. Clear? Now, what is lymph? Lymph is also a fluid connective tissue, and it is flowing in definite lymph vessels. Yes? And lymph, what is the color? Basically, this is colorless. It does not have any color. It does not have any red blood cell, so no hemoglobin, so no iron pigment, so no color. But this lymph contains more WBC than the blood. It also contains glucose, amino acid, vitamins, salts and urea. Now, what is the function of lymph? It transports the nutrients. Nutrients means what? The oxygen and the glucose which have filtered out from the blood capillaries back to the heart, where it is to be recirculated by the body. And the WBCs of the lymph, these are same as that of the blood, and they have the same function or defense, and they are helping in the repair of the tissue and healing of the worn out part. And apart from that, what it is doing? It is bringing the carbon dioxide and also the nitrogenous waste from the tissue fluid into the blood. Understood? So, this is all about the lymph. Now, what is this nervous tissue? Nervous tissue. Nerve tissue. What is the name of the nervous tissue? That is neuron. Right? Now, what is this? The tissue which is specialized for receiving and transmitting the messages in our body. That is the nervous tissue. The brain and the spinal cord and the nerves, these are forming the nervous tissue. The nervous tissue is composed of specialized cells or neurons which is receiving the stimuli within and outside the body by means of sense impulses or nerve signals. And these signals or impulses are traveling from one neuron to the other. Now, if you have a book, you can see the picture of a neuron. You have to draw and level the picture of a neuron. Now, what is the function of this nervous tissue? The dendron of the nerve cells, what they are doing? They are receiving impulses from the receptor organ, and they are carrying it to the cyton, and the axon is transmitting them away from one cyton to other neuron or the effector organ. In this way, the transmission of the nerve impulse is carried out. Right? Now, what is the structure of a neuron? If you have a picture, you can see it. First, you will see a cell body. First, you will see what is that? A cyton or cell body. And basically, three parts are there in a neuron. First is the cell body, second is the dendron, and third is the axon. This is the main part, but apart from that, there are also many sub parts which is to be mentioned. Now, cell body, or we can say that is cyton. It is bounded by thin cell membrane which is enclosing the cytoplasm and is known as neuroplasm. There is a central nucleus you can see which is within the nucleoplasm. Then you can see the dendrons or the dendrites. What are these? These are short processes which is arising from the cyton. They are basically conducting the nerve impulse into the cyton from the receptor organ. Next is the axon. This is a single, thick and large structure which is arising from the cyton, and that is terminally it is branched, we can see later on. This action is also known as the nerve fiber. What the actions are doing? The actions are carrying the nerve impulse away from the cyton, that is to the effector organ or muscles. Understood? So, from this we can understand how the nerve impulse is transmitted from one cyton to the other, and through this, by means of this neurotransmitter, the signals or the nerve impulse. Suppose a mosquito is sitting on your hand, what you have the tendency to hit or beat that mosquito. How your sensation or how your feelings is making out this. So when it is sitting on your hand, when the mosquito is sitting on your hand, your eyes are watching it, and the eyes are your sensation of biting. The mosquito is biting you, so you are having a sensation. So this impulse is transmitted to our brain through the spinal cord, and the brain, it is sending signal to the spinal cord, and this signal is reaching to other hand, and the hand is getting instructed that okay, the mosquito is there to bite you, so you are now supposed to hit that mosquito. So your another hand gets raised up and it hits that mosquito. So in this manner, the neuron or the nervous tissue, the nervous system in our body functions. Understood? So we have completed this chapter of tissues, and next day, maybe following, I will give you some questions to solve in your home. Read the chapter thoroughly, carefully, and of course follow your NCERT book, because NCERT is your main textbook. Don't read only the reference book. You have to strictly abide by the NCERT, because NCERT is your main textbook, and it is recommended by CBSE because you are going to get ready for your next year boards. So you have to follow the NCERT book, and apart from that, if you have a reference book, you can follow that. Okay, till this much today. Thank you.